Hello everyone, welcome back to One United, our news and opinion segment. Again, I'm Mo, I'm live again today. Of course, like always, please do like the video, share, and of course, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so. Thank you very much for that. We really appreciate all the supports from our viewers and subscribers and followers. Okay, I'm going to start with the first news I'm going to talk about today is that Sir Alex Ferguson will undergo a COVID-19 test because he will join the team, the squad, in the match against Newcastle. And the interesting thing is he will be in the dressing room. Report says that he will be in the dressing room. Now here's the interesting part. Why he needs to be in the dressing room? Why Sir Alex Ferguson needs to be in the dressing room? What business does he have being in the dressing room? Well, in normal circumstance, normal situation, you would say, as for inspiration, to give some talks, maybe to motivate the players, right? Stuff like that. You would assume, but the thing is, for me, calling Sir Alex can be negative or positive. I mean, in terms of the perception of the public or the fans, even it can be negative or positive towards the manager, towards Oli. I'm talking about Oli now specifically, because if you're in a good form, if you're in a good mood, I'm going to take example like before the games against PSG in Ole's interim's time, the game that gave him the permanent position. We were on a good run of form in the league during that time, and we need of a sort of extra inspiration to give to the players, to make a comeback against PSG during that time. So that time, calling Sir Alex to give a motivational speech, to give some inspiration, seems like a masterstroke. But now, bad run of form, playing poorly, just being humiliated by Spurs at home, with all the negativity surrounding the club during this transfer window, with all the negativity, with all the talks about Ole's future, and so Pochettino has been coming into the conversation, suddenly calling Sir Alex, for me, it does give a bit of a negative perception because of all the negativity surrounding the club. So it kind of like shows Ole was not in charge. Ole doesn't have total control of the dressing room. Maybe Ole cannot motivate his players. Those kind of things, those kind of talks will surface, and especially with the incident with Bruno Maguire and Bruno Fernandes and Harry Maguire against Spurs during the game against Spurs, and now this calling Sir Alex. Like I said, it does looks like somebody's, or the perception might makes Ole looks like he's not in control at the moment. I'm not sure whose idea this is. For all it might be Ole's idea, right? Just to give the some kick in the ass or some some inspiration, some spark to the team before the bad form. But it can be someone from the higher up, because there are a lot of talks as well, saying that the board is getting losing faith, a little bit of faith in Ole. So it might be the board as well who instructed, who requested Sir Alex to join the team. So I won't be surprised if this is from the board. This is from the board. I won't be surprised. And I hope it will have a, regardless of whoever asked it or whatever perception that it will have on Ole, I hope this will have some positive impact to the team, because the most important thing is the performance on the pitch and the result. If that can be fixed, if that can be improved, and Ole will look good in the process, right? It's no use that bringing Sir Alex, but the player's mindset, the player's attitude doesn't change. In the end, it all will fall down on Ole again. All the fault will be down on him. So, like I said, if this does give a positive impact to the players, to the performance, well, go for it, right? I think that's what Ole thinks. Even if it's not his idea, I think that's what he thinks as well. If this can help me, bring it on. I think he needs all the help he can at the moment, because we are in such a bad situation, or bad, I would say, environment right now. In terms of the aura, the positivity is totally not there, our team. So let's hope this can help the team a bit. And speaking of players already losing the dressing room, apparently most of the players are not impressed with the way the club, especially Ole, treated Sergio Romero, because basically the club put an end to his move to Everton, because he wanted the move, and Everton wanted to get him, but the club feels that Everton is a threat to a top four race, top four place at the moment because of Everton good form, and they stopped that move. You know what? From realistic and technical point of view, that might be true because Everton looks really good this season. They might even push for top four, but we Manchester United are afraid selling players to Everton, selling a player to Everton because we're afraid it would strengthen them, just shows how low we have come. Like I said, from realistic point of view, it might be a correct decision, it might be a wise decision, but think about it, guys, think about it. We, Manchester United, I'm gonna repeat this, we, Manchester United, is worried that Everton, selling a player to Everton would strengthen them and makes Everton even more formidable and might see us lose on the top four spot. That's just how low we have come throughout this, post Sir Alex Ferguson. It's a bit embarrassing, if you ask me. I think all of you guys might agree, right? This is Everton we're talking. It's not like we're selling this to a direct rival, a traditional rival, selling this to Liverpool or City or Arsenal, Chelsea. We're talking about Everton. No disrespect to Everton, they are wonderful this season. I enjoy watching them play, but come on, man. We are Manchester United, man, and we are far better than that. And stuff like this should not be happening. And of course, in a sense, I agree. Romero was not treated, fairly. He was not even included in the Champions League squad list, and that's a bit harsh. I hope it's because he's gonna be sold. There's rumors that he's looking for a move to MLS. I hope it does happen for his sake, because I really appreciate him for all the things that he done for the club. I think he's really been a brilliant servant. Not a first choice, always a second choice behind here. But every time he walks into the pitch, every time he was given the the trust to start to play, he performed. He did perform. Like, even De Gea was not on his best form. Even De Gea was injured. Let's be honest, we United fans have no worry for that goalkeeper position, because we know we have a really good goalkeeper, top class goalkeeper as the number 2. So it's something I think that most of us might take for granted, what Romero role is and how much he contributed and how much he was a really good servant to us. So I think the club should respectfully treat him. And I think we all know about the story of his wife posting in social media talking about United not treating Romero fair. I totally agree with that. I can agree the frustration from Romero's camp. I really hope that Romero will be allowed to leave soon, especially with some other regions transfer window is still open. I really hope he find a club soon and play football regularly, because he deserves that, right? So what do you guys think about Romero's treatment? Do you guys think he's being treated fairly, or the club is being harsh on him? Make sure you put your comments in the comment section. I want to know your opinions on that. Okay, next, the next topic, the headline: Pogba swap deal for Varane. Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I was surprised because suddenly people are talking about this. I look at the fan channels talking about this, Twitter talking about this. So I was like, whoa, did I miss something? So I start doing some research about it, but there's no there's no news or actually anything credible talking about it. Actually, nobody's talking about it in the media at all. So I think it's just stem from speculation, or someone from maybe a really top account, a popular account relating to United might have said it, maybe in Twitter or maybe in a fan channel. I'm not sure who said it first, but suddenly he has been the talk of the town. But it does pose an interesting question, like especially with Pogba, flirting with Madrid in his last comments during his international, the last game with France. He said it's a dream to play with Madrid, right? Especially after that comment. So this, I think that's where it comes from. I think that might where it comes from because of that comment. So if Pogba were to go to Madrid, if Madrid were to want to purchase him, so we might ask for Varane. I know Varane is someone who we are linked with previously, but you know what? If this were to happen, I would say go for it. Varane plus maybe 50 million for Pogba, I think that would be a really good deal for United. We get a top class defender, world class defender, and with cash to spare, where we can spend on. Oh, sorry about that. On another priority position. But like I always said, Oli's first choice is Upamecano. But if we get Varane, I don't think that's there's too much between them. If anything, I think Varane it's a bit better because of his pedigree, because of his experience playing in top flight, playing in big games in Champions League, big games. So Varane might be better in terms of age. Maybe Upamecano has some advantage in terms of age, but like I said, there's not too much between them. I'll be happy if either one or even both. If we got Varane, then we get that 50 million for Pogba. That 50 million is more than enough, to cover the release clause for Upamecano. So that, okay, I'm just talking. I'm just being in fantasy here. I don't see that's happening, but think about it. If it does happen, that would be awesome, right? Because I know most of you guys are quite pissed with Maguire's performance and Lindelof's performance, and with Bailly keeps injuring himself, right? So if we get both Upamecano and Varane, why not? Why not, right? So since I'm being asking that question, who do you guys would love to see, coming in to Manchester United? If you can choose one, either Varane or Upamecano, who would you choose? Who would you think would best suit Manchester United, right? Sir Alex, Marcus Rashford. Let's read some comments here. He said he's coming back. No. Marcus Rashford. No. He's just he will join the team as a guest, as someone who gonna give some. I would assume to give some talk, some motivational speech, some inspiration. So he's not coming back. Definitely, he's not coming back. Although we hope that can happen, but we have to move on from that. I mean, he's a huge part of our history, and he has given his all to us. He has made the impossible dream possible, knocking Liverpool off their effing perch. So I don't think it's gonna happen again where he comes back with his age and whatnot. Right? So I'm sorry if my title was misleading, but the actual story that he will join the team, it was not reported why he would join the team, but like I said, everyone would assume because help to give some inspiration to the team. That's all, right? So and the next news I would like to talk about, this is something that makes you love Mata even more, right? Like I reported in my last video, he was offered a chance to play in the Middle East. They offered him 60 million euros, and he rejected it. And then they upped the offer, 20 million euros. Still, he rejected it because he wanted to stay in United, and because he feels that United can win a cup or a title this season. Frankly, that's very optimistic of Mata, right? But it's something that's nice to hear. That kind of confidence coming from from a player. I think, and of course the loyalty that being shown by Mata, just flat out reject that contract, 20 million euros. Is it a year? I assume it might be a year. 20 million euros a year. Okay, maybe not a year, but in total 20 million euros. So that's huge money, for you to turn down, especially when you consider Mata is not might not be a first choice for Oli, right? So he can easily go there with the excuse or the fact that he wanted to play more regular football, but he wanted to stay. He believed in the team. That's a good sign when a player believes in the team, especially a player like Mata. And I think he might see something with all the signings that we made. Although we do have a frustrating transfer window, I think he might see something there. Like I said, our signings might surprise us. Especially I think Telles. I think everyone would agree with really good signing, improvement on Shaw, especially on attacking sense. I know we have doubts on Cavani, but I think he will score. I think he will contribute really well, contribute a lot to the team. He might not be a starter, but he really contribute, and I'm really excited to see Palestri and Diallo, especially Diallo, see what they can do. And they are young, but remember the last unknown winger that we bought turns out to be one of the best football players of all time, right? Not saying that Diallo or Palestri might become that, but if they become half of that what Ronaldo become, I think that's a really good deal. That would be a really good deal. So that's on Mata staying with United for another season, rejecting a contract to go to the Middle East. And Scholes has been making headlines today because of his comments on Martial. He said that, I think he criticized, he criticized Martial. He said that Martial might have conned all of us, being a good centre forward last season. This is a bit of, flip-flopping from Scholes. I think just 3 or 4 months ago, he was saying that Martial has become proper number 9, looks really unstoppable. But now just because of 3 or 4 bad games, now he conned us. Come on, Scholes. Come on. You have to do better than that. I mean, this is a guy that scores in the league. Okay, statistically, he scored 17 goals from an XG of expected goals of only 13.24. He scored more goals than a big chance created for him by the team. Just show how clinical he is, what a world-class finisher he is. And just because he had a bad start to the season, I think everyone has a bad start to it. The whole team has a bad start to the season. So, just pinning down Martial for criticism, I don't think that's fair. No, and when you have someone like Maguire who's not performing, even Pogba is not performing, just to single out Martial, I don't think that's fair at all. I think Martial will score a lot of goals. I think he will score as much as goal that he scored last season, if being given a chance, and if we can get back playing the way we played, post lockdown. If only can get back that groove, that fluidity, that speed, pace in our attack, control in the midfield, right? I think he will score a lot of goals. He might even exceed last season's goal. I'm targeting for him to score 30 goals this season, right? So let's see what happens there. But again, I said, Scholes, you might be a really good player. You're a legend, one of my favorite players of all time. But I have to disagree with you on that criticism of Martial. Okay, so sorry, Scholes. And lastly, I'm not sure you guys know this, but Cristiano Ronaldo has been tested positive for COVID-19. When I read that, for once I was worried because of Bruno Fernandes, but then news came up that the other Portuguese player was tested negative. So thank God for that. Means that Fernandes will be available, and God knows we really need him in this game against Newcastle, and the games against PSG, and of course Chelsea next. So him being available really gave us a huge boost. I was afraid he might not be available and we might be in deep shit, right? Because of Pogba was also not playing, not having the best of form in a United shirt. I know people are saying he played good for France, but he didn't show that with United yet. I was hoping for him to pick up some form during this hectic October period where we have a lot of tough games. I was hoping Pogba would start performing in this game, because God knows we really need him. Fernandes, we cannot forget those two. We need everyone to perform, to get back on form during this deadly October, I would call it, because of the really hard fixture that we get, right? So basically that's all the news that I have for you guys for today, right? So thanks for joining me. If you have any comments, of course, put the comments below, especially on the Rafael Varane Pogba swap that I asked you just now. You guys agreed, or you guys prefer Upamecano, or you guys prefer Varane? Would like to know your thoughts. And see you guys in the next video, right? It's gonna be my past predictor and a match review against Newcastle, right? So be sure to join me with that. I'm gonna be live for that one as well, right? See you guys next video. Bye bye.